Hey everyone, Anita here. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a bit of a mashup between, a mashup. I'm going to put like two videos together. So one part of my video will be my November wrap up. The next part will be my December TBR. November, got my notebook here so I know how many books I read. November, not a good month. I had planned to, and no, I would have definitely have read not 6 books. Definitely would have read 6 books without an issue, but November was a month for me. A month of feeling burnt out, being busy with work, just slumpy in general. So I have read half of the books I had said that I wanted to read. So my 3 books that I have read, should I start with the first one I read? The first one I read, which was a reread, and this is the first one I completed for the month of November. That is Aristotle and Dante Discover the Secrets of the Universe. This is the universe, yeah, Discover the Secrets of the Universe. And this is a reread for me. It's just about Ari and Dante meeting. Dante can swim, Ari can't. Like, it's just how 2 boys from different backgrounds in life became friends, which then kind of turns into this relationship. And I really enjoyed this a lot. The first time I read this book, I gave it a 5 stars. I read this in like 2 days when I first read it, and this time I really wanted to take my time with it, so I did, and I still read it pretty quickly. It still took me like a few days to read it, and I still thoroughly enjoyed it. Still gave it 5 stars. So good. The identity, like, this book deals a lot with identity, with learning who you are, where you come from, and how important family and identity and culture is. And it was really good. Really good. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Don't really have too much to say other than it was good. Slow burn romance. It has to like build up a little bit first and whatnot and hoo-ha, you know. It doesn't actually say on the back, but it does take place in the 1980s. So know that going into it if you haven't read it yet. I highly recommend it to you because it is really good. It's short, you can breeze through it. Nice short punchy chapters. You can knock this out in like a couple of days without any issue because you won't want to put it down. It is, well, I didn't put it down, even though I did because it took me a few days to read it, but you know what I mean. It's engaging is what I'm trying to say. The next book I read, which was a bit of a disappointment, and that is the sequel to this one here, which is Aristotle and Dante Dive into the Waters of the World. As you probably would have heard just then, I said this book was pretty disappointing, and it carries off from where the first book left. So they're still in that last year of high school, kind of getting everything ready for college or university or what the future looks like for them. I actually do have a reading vlog for this. Like, I'll put the picture up, I'll put a link down below in the description if you want to check it out. I will give you a fair warning, I did not really have too many thoughts about this book, unfortunately. Pretty sad. First of all, this book is a little bit bigger than the first book. It's like around 500 pages, where Aristotle and Dante, the first one, is like around 300. Oh my god, this book took forever for me to get through. I still managed to read it. This book did not help with my kind of slumpiness, kind of me being burnt out. I wanted to DNF it at one point, and I probably should have. I still enjoyed it. I still think it had good quotes that kind of related to these characters. I thought the quotes were still pretty good. Someone had said on Goodreads that the book is like a Walmart version, or not the book, sorry, the writing in the second book is like a Walmart version of the first one. And I will agree that the writing is like, it is different. Like, you can tell that there has been some time between the first and the second one, and the author writing between the first and second book. I felt like a lot of the characters were a little immature because they always keep talking about, ooh, adulthood, oh my god, we're so mature now, we're men, we're women, we're coming into our own, and yet they still acted like immature little brats. It annoyed me a lot, and I thought there was going to be more relationship with Ari and Dante, but I don't really remember there being too much. I thought it was good that Aristotle had a very, very good character development. It was really done well. I thought it was really quite beautiful. The ending was quite cheesy. It was quite typical of, I don't want to say typical of YA romance, but I felt it was so cheesy for me. It's like your typical. I don't, it's not, I'm not gonna say because I don't want to spoil it. It's just cheesy, like your typical rom com, stereotypical rom com movies, yada yada. Yep, I don't have too much to say other than the characters were annoying. Oh my god, let me tell you about the chapters. There were quite a few longer chapters in this one, and I did not enjoy it. Really slogged me down, unfortunately. It's sad for me to say, but this book is also pretty forgettable for me. Like, I'm already forgetting some things. I actually think Dante acted incredibly immature. Drove me insane. Oh my gosh. I actually wonder if their relationship is like a little bit toxic for each other. Dante's saying, you have to be with me, you have to be with me, yada da da da. That really set off some red flags for me. Like, that's what Dante was saying to Arya, like, you have to stay with me through everything, and just, it was too rushed, the relationship. And this is turning into a mini review. I feel like I'm blabbering on a bit too much about it, so I'm gonna stop. I really should have said all these things in the reading vlog, but oh well, that was not a good reading vlog. It really wasn't, but I still had fun with it, I guess you could say. So damn, that book really annoyed the crap out of me. Last book I read in November was one I absolutely loved. It is one I have been wanting to read for months now. I had wanted to originally, let me say that again, that was a bit of a tongue tie. I had originally wanted to read it in August. Didn't really work out. And that is Rabbits by Terry Miles. I loved this book so much. It was so good. The first few chapters were a little rough, like the opening was a little rough, and it kind of took me a little while to get into it. Like, it took me like around 100 pages to really settle myself into it. But then afterwards, it just pretty easy breezy. Even though it took me like most of last month, I should say, to read the damn book. Like, I started reading on the 4th of November and I didn't finish until the 30th of November. Should not have happened. I guess, like I said, November was a terrible reading month for me. And Aristotle and Dante too, I gave 3 stars out of 5 for that one. I just thought it was average. Now, Rabbits. I have always said that Rabbits was kind of like Ready Player One. That could not be more further from the truth. The only similarities is that characters in those books play a game in the books. But that is where the similarities stop right there, because Rabbits is this underground game. It's actually quite a dangerous game as well for anyone who plays, and it deals a lot with patterns and coincidences, and you have to follow the patterns to get to where you have to be. And some people don't really realize they're playing until something drastic happens. And so we follow this character, Kay. He is a rabbit obsessive. He loves the game. He's been playing it for years and years. It's quite secretive or ludicrous. I don't know if ludicrous? Anyway, it's secretive. When it actually gets, whether it's CIA recruitment, becoming a millionaire or a billionaire. The prize is different for people that play and win the game. But when the 11th iteration of the game is about to begin, and this one is said to be the most dangerous because when the 11th iteration starts, the world will be at an end. A billionaire, Shapiro, I think his name is, Alan Shapiro, anyway, it's Alan. I know his first name is Alan. So he comes to Kay, says, hey Kay, you need to fix the game before the 11th iteration starts. Next thing you know, Alan, like the billionaire that won the 8th iteration or something like that, or 10th iteration of the game, I should say. I think it's the 10th. goes missing. The 11th iteration of the game has started like days after, and Kay has missed the deadline to fix the game so that people won't die, because players that play this game, especially the 11th iteration, start dying off. They start disappearing. They start dying, basically. Holy cow, this book was so good. I think it was good. I loved it. It was so good. The way I've heard this book being described is like a alternate reality techno thriller. It's been mentioned multiple times throughout the book that this game has been around for an incredibly long time, from the 1950s, probably even earlier, and it could also have something to do with aliens kind of thing. It's briefly mentioned, but when you read it, you know that there is just something completely different, something really weird going on. And geez, I loved it. I thought it was so good. It may not be for everyone, so just be careful. Some people may think it's a bit slow. For those that did not get what they wanted, that didn't get enough depth in the character of Wade Wilson, I think that's his name, in Ready Player One, I think they will be pretty happy with Kay in Rabbit, because I thought he had quite a bit of depth to his character, and it showed how long he's been playing the game. I was actually very, very happy with the ending. I really enjoyed it. I had to read that chapter like a few times because I had to make sure that I understood everything, and I took my time, reread it constantly over and over again. Like the ending, you would think, oh my god, did it just erase everything that we know as we are reading the book? Like as you are reading the book, you get little glimpses, you get little details into the game and how it's played and how it runs and all that kind of stuff like that. And I thought, oh my god, did it just wipe away everything? It doesn't. It's just certain people have certain information, right? Some people may have more than others, and you have to read it for yourself because it is really damn good. It really is. I gave this 4 stars out of 5. I think I need a reread of it because it did take me so long to read this book and it really shouldn't have. That's what I'm gonna do. It is definitely rereading worthy. I thought, well, it's rereadable, reread worthy. Yeah, reread worthy. I think that's a word. It is now, anyway. I thought Terry Miles did a good job at writing, and ooh, yes, this does have a very popular podcast, and I'm very, very interested in the podcast right now. And so it'll definitely make me want to check that out. Overall, November, it was a pretty, it was disappointing, but yet still a satisfying reading month. I read some pretty good books, like the first Aristotle and Dante. It's actually pretty randomized, hasn't it? Like I had a 3-star, 4-star, and a 5-star. Like that's pretty insane, really. So December, what do I have planned? This month is all about me catching up on the series that I have not finished. Throne of Glass will not be included in this because I can't read, 6-7 books in a month, especially a series, and the series gets longer as it goes on. I have 3 books I want to read this month, and they are all books I should have read before. I was going to read previously, did not get the chance to. First one being Anyway the Wind Blows. I'm actually, as you can already see by the bookmark, like 120 pages in. And this one, what's it about? Let me get some books out of the way. This book, Fangirl. This one follows Kath. She writes a book. She writes fan fiction for this book, which is kind of like this. It's like Harry Potter, but for this world right here. This is the third one. This is the third one. Don't really need to say any more about it. I don't even know what it's about, other than it's like a Harry Potter for the world of Fangirl. But this is the third and last book, so I'm reading that. So I'm actually making pretty good headway with this. Like, I think I can get this out pretty quickly, so I'm happy about that. I then have Ruin and Rising, which is the third and last book in the Grisha universe. The Shadow and Bone trilogy by Leigh Bardugo. And we all know what this is about. I don't want to say too much about these because I have previously talked about them before in other videos. So this is the third and final one. Hopefully the conclusion will be good because the second one I think the second one I gave 4.5 stars out of 5. I thought it was really good, actually, especially the ending really intrigued me to how it's all going to work out for a certain character. Just, I'm actually a little bit disappointed by Alina's powers. I don't want to say too much about it, but I hope it comes to a really good resolution. Just like The Toll by Neil Schusterman, it is the third and final book in the Arc of a Scythe trilogy. Pretty excited to be reading this one as well. Like I said, last book, hope it comes to a pretty damn good conclusion. The last chapter or so in the Thunderhead, holy cow. Wow, that just blew me out of the water. I thought it was pretty good. I was like, damn, this is actually pretty good. Until the last like few chapters, and I thought, god damn, I need to read the sequel straight away. Didn't get to, but I was actually meant to read it last month. Yeah, in November, but I didn't get a chance to. So I'm reading it this month, and it will get done this month because I have a very good feeling about this month, and I feel like I can read all the books I want to read. Thank you very much for watching if you have. Oh, I feel like I've been rambling on for so long. So this is like a 20-minute video that I'm filming right now. Overall, November was pretty decent. Hopefully December will be better. I really do. I have a good feeling about this month. So thank you very much for watching if you have. Make sure to do all the good stuff like liking, subscribing, commenting, you know what to do. And thank you very much if you have done that. And I will see you in the next video. Bye!